Morning everyone. Looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day out there. Just a little message to all of my subscribers and other watchers of my channels. On the 21st of March, I upgraded mirrored a Lingo Louie. Lingo Louie's a guy that can speak 27 different languages, and he was going around the Parliament in Wellington doing interviews with people speaking their own language. It was really quite cool. There was no medical information on there whatsoever. It was just him going around talking to different people. Now I mirrored that, and I also have it on my other channels as well. But on my main channel, and bear in mind on the 27th just been, one of my 2 strikes I had was disappearing. So a week before one of my 2 strikes was going to go, YouTube go ahead and hit me with a 3rd copyright strike and terminate my channel. My main channel has been running for 10 years. There's about 3,000 videos up there. So, you know, I didn't feel like I needed to go on to YouTube or onto Facebook and cry about it like old Vinny. All I simply did was appeal it, and the first appeal was denied. They said, nah, we've reviewed it manually, it breaches our medical misinformation policy. So then I sent them a 2nd appeal the following day, because I wasn't just going to accept that. Told them they were draconian, hypocritical, that lots of other social media platforms that I run have got it up there, so regardless of what they did, it's not exactly stopping it. And within 3 hours they re-reviewed it and activated my channel again. But then, even though they reactivated it and it's the video Lingo Louie, they have still kept that as a strike. And then they, even though they turned my channel back on and said, oh, our bad, you know, we'll reinstate you, I was still stuck with what I thought was going to be 2 weeks YouTube jail. Can't upload, can't post, you know, standard bullshit they try. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, it was on the 21st, so about the 3rd or 4th of March, I'm expecting I should be able to post again. And then after about 9 or 10 days, because I noticed on the 31st of March that I could upload again. Now, I you know how you get a red line, a red number, community strikes, you can click on it to see you know, what strikes you've got. I clicked on that for 2 weeks, it just kept on saying retry, couldn't access it. So even if I wanted to look and see how long it was going to last for, I couldn't even access the community guidelines part of my YouTube channel to see. So, to everybody out there, and there's about 3,450 odd subscribers now, I think, on my channel, or 4,350 or 4,000 something odd. You know, subscriber counts have never been a big thing for me. I don't monetize it. So I really don't care. I do appreciate everyone subscribing, don't get me wrong, but it's not something that I I get upset over one way or the other. Perhaps that upset YouTube that it wasn't pissing me off. So to everybody out there, there is the main channel, CKA Mark OTHOT. There is also now CKA Mark OTHOT with the brackets backup, which is a secondary channel. There is PINAC NZ, PINAC, Photography is Not a Crime, New Zealand. And I have also just decided that I'm going to start Injustice We Trust. Now that channel I've had going since YouTube closed me down, and they said once you're terminated you can't start any other channels. Well, that's not the case in my book. I have Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know, all of the main social medias, I'm out on there. So please, everybody that's subscribed to my main channel, jump over. In the description of every one of my videos, you'll see the links to the other channels and a lot of other helpful information there too, like the NPCC memo from the police over in the UK. I noticed there's a lot of cops over there that don't seem to know their own rules. I think that's a general thing for all of them. No matter where in the world you are, it's something you've got to kind of remember. If these police don't know the laws they're enforcing, then they're acting outside of it. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's Section 25 of the Crimes Act 1961. And so if they're ignorant of a law, how on earth can they enforce it? Okay, just make it up as they go. And most sheeple will just accept a cop telling them something as, you know, as fact. So please, everybody, look in the descriptions of the videos. There's links to all of the other channels and other platforms. Shit, even hook me up on Discord if you want. But yeah, to avoid any more problems like that, if anybody wants to sign up and just, you know, send me their emails, perhaps they can be, if they want to be contacted that way, and keep in touch just in case YouTube do pull another bullshit thing like they did last week, then by all means, send me an email. There's again details in the description. So to everyone out there, thank you so much for the 10 years of support. I really appreciate it. I'm getting good feedback from people, and if you, especially with the ones like me and Brent, how we're teaching how to go through the jurisdictions and the functions and powers of judges, because what we're finding is that the JCC aren't doing their job, so it's going to be up to us individually to hold these bastards accountable. We've gotten a hold of a wonderful QC who has had success prosecuting lawyers and judges, so that's all good, and Brent is learning up so much. He's got a better grasp of it than I do, and that's saying something. So to everyone out there, thank you very much for all of your support, guys. Channel's not going away anytime soon, not unless YouTube try and pull another fast one on me. But in this regard, please jump over, subscribe to the other channels. The first day I started Injustice We Trust, there was about 18 people joined up, and then the next day YouTube shadow banned the whole thing, and now I'm down to 6 subscribers. Considering, you know, 8 people in my family were the ones that joined in, YouTube just turned them back off again. So they can check on their channel, it will say that they're subscribed to me, but then when I go and look at the subscribers, it's not there. So YouTube's doing the classic, you know, censorship as they always do. Anyway, guys, I'll catch up with you later. Thanks very much. I am going to be pursuing High Court as far as beer goes concerned in PNZ, and I've got another interesting interview coming up with John Murphy. The police came round, and there was some bailiff coming round to his place. There was some kerfuffle went on. The bailiff alleged that John assaulted him. The police came along, this was 5-6 months ago, police came along and gave him a warning. Now 5 months down the line, they've now jackknifed the warning and are trying to criminally prosecute him. You know, that's ample time, of course, for John's CCTV camera footage and everything to vanish now, because it's not been retained for 5 months. If they were going to do something about it in the interim at the start, then yeah, he might have been able to back it up, but now it's lost. So it's really just the bailiff's word against his word. There's no supporting evidence, there's no witnesses, so I've just basically told John, mate, you have the presumption of innocence in New Zealand, and when it's a criminal offence, the burden is beyond reasonable doubt. It's the criminal standard. So it's not for him to say, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. It's for him to keep his mouth shut and accept what they're saying, provided they could establish evidence, which they can't. It's how I won the $80 ticket. I never admitted to being the driver. I kept asking them to establish who the driver was. They couldn't. They needed me to say, oh, hey, look, I wasn't driving that fast, i.e. making me the driver. and then liable. But yeah, it's a great thing to keep your mouth shut and you don't give them anything, because it will be used against you. Anyway guys, much love to you all. I hope you enjoy a wonderful 2nd of April today, and keep cool till after school. Bye guys.